Hi everyone! Today I am doing a video on my baby chicks. I went to our local kind of big farm feed store a couple weeks ago. They get shipments in every week of a bunch of baby chicks, and I bought myself 6. I could have bought 100, but I stopped myself at 6, and they are strictly for adding to my flock, getting a little bit of color, some more egg production. But to be honest, this group was kind of a fun group. In the past, I've bought chickens or chicks that I raised to be chickens specifically for some egg production. Like I said, this time I kind of decided to have a little fun with it. So these will not become meat birds unless I happen to have 6 roosters. That would be really unfortunate. And then I'm not sure what I'll do with them. They're actually pretty easy to get rid of. You can just put a post on Facebook and say, hey, free rooster, a rooster for $5, and people will snatch them up. But I'll show you what I have and kind of go through what they all are and why I got each of them. So they're actually in a dog kennel. We're in the front of my trailer. It's cold and wet and rainy out today, but I just have them set up in here. So right there, sorry, gotta get my finger, that and that one is a Polish. And then the 2 brown ones back there, those 2 are Americana. And then the yellow one, and then the gray one that's hiding there are called Cochin. So I'll go through all of them, and I'm going to grab them. This little guy, he's the only one I've named. I hope it's a girl. I hope they're all girls, but who knows. I named this one Grayer. This is a Cochin, and they are going to be quite large birds. Just holding it in my hand, you know, he's only a couple weeks old, and he's just kind of a chunk. And what I like about them is that they are supposed to be docile. He's got some poop on his foot. You can't really tell, sorry. But he's got fluffy, or feathers on his feet, so he'll have fluffy feet when they get bigger. The yellow one is the same way. But they are known to be tame, docile birds. I also got them because I like the colorfulness of them. You know, just right here, just in 2 of them. I'm going to have a yellow and a gray one. That's really cool. I don't have a gray bird right now. Quite frankly, I don't even have a yellow bird. But who knows what she will look like when she gets bigger. But I think the fluffy feet are also a lot of fun. They lay mediocrely 150 to 180 eggs a year. But I have so many eggs already, I don't need a whole lot more. But they're pretty. They are known to be good moms. I'm hoping that maybe somebody will hatch out some eggs and be a good mama. They lay brown eggs though, so a lot more brown eggs. That is the gray and the yellow one. Next we can talk about the Americanas, so the 2 brown ones. I'm honestly wondering if one's a boy. You can see the one kind of over there has a much larger tail feather than the other one. Just has a little tail feather. So I'm wondering if that guy is going to be a boy. Well, this one, these become just kind of medium-sized birds. But what I really like about them is they're known to be docile. They do come in various colors. Mine obviously look relatively similar. But they have a fluffy face. And to me, that is just the cutest little face ever. Once again, I got birds this year for looks. But you just got fluffy faces, and I think it's cute. They do lay quite well, though. They lay about 200 eggs a year. You know, 250 is like a really good laying hen, so 200 is more than enough for me. And the cool thing about those birds, the Americanas, is that they lay blue eggs. So kind of like the Easter eggers, a lot of people are familiar with those. The Americanas lay blue eggs, so that'll be exciting. I used to have an Easter egger, and she did lay blue eggs. They were more of a green, actually, but now I will get that again. She unfortunately died last year, but soon, hopefully, I have one girl, I hope. And then next I have my Polish. Those are my 2 right in front. They are known for their crazy crest of hair, or of feathers on top of their head. You can kind of see they have a funny looking head. They are not very large birds. You know, they're not small like a bantam, but they don't get very big. but they can be very timid. I'm sure you've seen already that they've kind of been the flighty ones in here. Try to catch one. But yeah, they're just kind of my flightier ones. But look at that face. Is that not the coolest face ever? And when he gets a little bit bigger, it's only going to look better. But they need some love, because otherwise I'm just going to have two very scared Polish chickens that are cool to look at, but that scare at everything. Not that my chickens are very friendly anyway, but I don't want them to see something and just automatically run away. They lay mediocrely as well. I get about 150 to 200 eggs out of a Polish. The neat thing about them is that they lay white eggs. Now, to anybody that gets their eggs at the store, they're probably thinking that's not that neat. But I have never owned a chicken that lays white eggs. I've gotten many colors of brown and tans and creams. And then, like I said, I had some greenish blue eggs for a little bit, but I've never had white. So I'm hoping one of my Polish ones are a girl. Like I said, I hope they're all girls. But we will see. And I'll have to keep everyone updated later on. They should start laying at around 20 to 24 weeks. That's when chickens are considered mature. Actually, I think they're considered mature around 18 weeks, and then they start laying a few weeks later. So then the real question is, well, what do you feed them? So I have this little feeder, and I have Chick Starter in there. Chick Starter is quite controversial. You know, it's, should I get medicated Chick Starter? Should I even feed Chick Starter? And I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what the research says, and you make your own decision. I know the chicks are cute, but you get me now. So Chick Starter, you should switch them a couple weeks before they begin to lay. So let's say they start laying at 20 weeks. They should be switched to layer feed from Chick Starter between 16 to 18 weeks, so they have all the proper nutrients to properly lay an egg. So Chick Starter is high in protein. Layer feed is lower in protein. Usually it's 16%. However, it's higher in other nutrients like calcium. That's a big one, you know, those eggshells. And some research says that you cannot feed chicks layer feed because the calcium in the layer feed can cause kidney issues and make them die. There are plenty of people out there that say they've never fed Chick Starter and they've never had an issue. Clearly, there's some research against that. But how I looked at it is I've had a hen hatch out chicks. I did not feed Chick Starter. She hatched out 2 chicks. The chicks ran around with her all over the yard, scratched at the ground, got lots of nutrients that way, and they ate layer feed. And they did fine. And there are many other people that say the same thing, that they've had hens hatch out chicks, and the chicks just follow them around and keep eating whatever the hen is eating, including layer feed. And they didn't have chicks randomly die from kidney failure. However, I do like the idea of starting Chick Starter for my own chicks because it gets them a good start in life. You know, that higher protein, kind of the proper nutrients. Whether you do medicated or not, I couldn't even begin to tell you, so I'm not going to. I do Chick Starter, as I've said, but I don't wait until they are 16 or 18 weeks to switch them. Like, I have a bag hiding here in the corner, right there. It's about half full. I'll finish it. And because they're little and there's only 6 of them, it's going to take them a while to finish it, and they're already a couple weeks old. But when it's gone, it's gone. They will be fully feathered out, or they should be, by 5 to 6 weeks. At that point, I will get them integrated into the flock. I'll do another video on how I do that. But I'll get them integrated into the flock. They'll be off the heat lamp. And at that point, they're going to eat what the rest of the flock is eating, because otherwise I'm going to spend so much time with these 6 chicks in a cage or in their own little area, getting other feed. And I have proven by doing this in the past that I don't have to do that. As long as they are feathered out and not needing heat, they can get integrated with the other chickens and they will do fine. That's been my past experience. Other people might say the complete opposite, So you just have to do your research and figure out what works best for you and what you want to do. Let's see. I really think that's all I have for you. We can do another glance at the chicks because they sure are cute. I gave them a couple roosts. They're not round, so they're not perfect. You know, chickens actually like a round roost so that they can kind of wrap their feet around it. And I think they're just a little small. They like to stay under the heat lamp. But I've seen them up there a couple times. But that's just been my experience with the baby chicks. They're fun. They're fun to look at. They're cute. It's fun to watch them grow. And I think if somebody is able to, everybody should raise chickens because they provide food, whether it's meat or eggs. They're fun to watch grow. My kids love helping come out and take care of them. And they don't take up much space. So that's what I have for that. Let me know if I can do anything else to help.